school buses easing around cones, drivers watching for utility workers, and construction equipment sitting still. This has been the scene in Bullard for months now, a complete shift for residents like Alice and Carol, who moved to this area for its beauty.
We loved the neighborhood, loved Old Jacksonville, just driving down it. It was just so pretty with all the beautiful trees and then the entrance.
But last summer, those trees came down as TxDOT started preparing for the Old Jacksonville Highway expansion project.
One of our neighbors was not wanting to live here anymore because it just wasn't as pretty and visually appealing.
Carol tells me that once the trees were torn down in front of her neighborhood here, it seems like construction just stopped. And other neighbors tell me they were left with what they're calling an eyesore in front of their homes. In fact, right here in this resident's front yard, you can see flags are filling it up. And these were left by utility companies.
Unfortunately, there were some delays.
Jeff Williford with TxDOT's Tyler District says before this project could move forward, utility infrastructure had to be moved out of the right-of-way. But he says that step was delayed.
We had a couple of contractors, a few that moved pretty quickly, they were able to do, but some that were not able to.
That's when TxDOT decided to stop construction.
I believe there were 9 utility companies that were involved in this, and so some interacting with each other. So one wasn't able to do something because of another utility company. And so we're trying to work through those issues.
And that was more than a year ago. According to information found on TxDOT's website, as of last month, the contractor Longview Bridge and Road had only worked 41 days on the project since July of 2023. And the amount TxDOT had paid them for that work, $10.2 million.
Being able to bring the contractor out for small portions of a job that they possibly could have done, just with the efficiency and things, we thought it was better to put them on hold, get the utility relocations done. And unfortunately, it's not done yet.
I also noticed an adjusted payment of $1.2 million made to Longview Bridge and Road. I called the company several times to find out why this payment was made, but they have still not returned my calls. Because of this, I decided to submit an open records request and was able to access emails sent between Longview Bridge and Road and TxDOT. In those emails, the contractor claimed despite the pause in construction, his crews were still working, maintaining barricades, mowing, and managing the field office. And because of those ongoing requirements, he said compensation for project overhead was warranted and requested more than $4,500 in compensation per day, which adds up to the adjusted payment of $1.2 million in taxpayer money. The contractor added he will continue to seek compensation at the same rate until utility relocations are completed. TxDOT confirmed they're paying this new amount, saying when work is delayed on a project, the contractor can request project overhead costs, which are administrative and supervisory costs incurred at work locations. We also reached out to one of the utility companies involved, Encore, and asked about the relocation issues. And they confirmed there were some delays, both from external weather impacts and internal planning complexities that have since been addressed. TxDOT says they weren't expecting these complications, but with a project of this size, there are a lot of moving parts.
You know, it's not just TxDOT working on this. We have numerous contractors, again, utility companies, cities that are taking part in this.
Williford says to keep your eyes on the future.
It's going to make driving through that area in the future when we're completed a lot safer, a lot smoother with the extra lanes and things like that.
And despite the setbacks,
I am looking forward to just not as much congestion on Old Jacksonville.
many residents, including Carol, say they're still ready to see the end result.